Well, some excitement in North Battleford this morning at the Cameron McIntosh Airport as officials made a big announcement. Our Brittany Matika was there and has more.
MLA Herb Cox and Mayor Ryan Bader took to the tarmac to announce that funding from the province would help with needed upgrades to the runway.
If one travels on that main runway, it's pretty bumpy, and so this will make the runway nice and smooth and a lot more user friendly for those who are using it.
The province approved $275,000 to be granted for the improvements from the Community Airport Partnership, with the city committing to contribute $550,000 to the project.
In the type of world we live in now, the fast-paced world, and whether it's oil and gas exploration or whether it's mining or whatever it is, these companies and corporations, they need to get from point A to point B fast and to get things done. So this airport is very important, not only, as I mentioned earlier, not only for this city and town, but for the surrounding area. We have a lot of oil exploration going on in the northwest part of the province.
On average, the airport sees 7,670 aircraft taking off each year and hopes that numbers will rise after the improvements have been done.
This airport is important for the economic development of this area. You can, if you build a mile of road, it'll take you 1 mile from where you are, but if you build a mile of runway, it'll take you anywhere in the world. And businesses here in the Battlefords will be able to take advantage of that.
The project is now up for tender, and they are hopeful to have it completed as soon as possible. Brittany Matika, Newcap News.
It all began with a classroom project about differences. Now some pre-Ks at Mother Teresa are taking that cultural inquiry one step further. In this week's Beyond the Classroom, we see how some youngsters are embracing diversity.
They wanted to learn about where they're from and how they're the same and how they're different.
And with that, the inquiry-based project was born. One that allowed this pre-K class to discover more about themselves and each other, learning about families, cultures, and traditions, something they've been very engaged in.
And they're like, oh, I wonder where I'm from. And they'll hear like, oh, in India we do this. And how come I don't get to wear those cool clothes? And so there's lots of good questions, I think, coming from it.
The students have listened to several different cultural presentations in the past and are now learning about the Philippines. But overall, the lesson here is centered around building an appreciation for your own heritage as well as others.
Learning how other kids interact with each other and how what you do at home is special and important, and it's just as special and important what other kids do at home.
The class also came up with this unique idea. Each student has a string attached to their picture, which points to where they're from.
Find your string.
I'm from Jamaica.
But there are also residual benefits to inquiry-based learning, getting the students engaged.
Right there, hey?
So when they get to choose and discover their own learning, then you never know where they can go. They can go anywhere.
Nicole Stilger, Newcap News.
This is Newcap Sports.
Lloydminster has and will always produce top quality athletes thanks to the city's 2 high schools. Last night brought an opportunity for Lloyd Comp to give back to its hardworking athletes, and Lance Phillips was at the gym to catch all the awards handed out at the Barons Athletics Banquet.
Athletics awards banquets are a chance for schools, organizations, and teams to celebrate the successes, improvements, and individual accomplishments of athletes. Tuesday, Lloyd Comp handed out 63 pieces of hardware to its dedicated students, and for many, it was a surprising finish to their high school careers.
It feels amazing. I worked so hard over the past three years, and it's just been an honor to receive all these awards for all my hard work.
Coming into grade 10, I was excited for it, but I don't think I expected to excel as much as I did, but I knew that I was just going to give it my best and just try and give something to the team.
I know, I was pretty excited about that because I got these 2 awards last year in my grade 10 season, so it was pretty good, and I'm just kind of excited that I got them again, and I just want to keep improving, and I'm glad the coaches see my efforts and that they recognize it.
Every Barons coach had great things to say about all of their award winners, sentiments that will echo throughout eternity within the minds of the young athletes.
It's really cool. It's really cool to hear that they care that much and that they think that highly of me. And yeah, it's just a really cool feeling. It's just knowing that they believe in me and that they think I can do what I can do.
There's a certain amount of pride that comes with high school sports. And in the case of Lloyd Comp, one word, among many others, provides a fitting description about what it means to be a Baron.
pride. That's all I can say is being a Baron, there's a lot of pride.
It's just really representing our school, and for me it's representing like the rugby portion of it, and it's not the biggest like sport in our school, but to me it's like kind of everything, so it's my main sport.
It means hard work and dedication, and always thank your coaches. Always. They've put in so much work for you, and you don't know how much they've done for you, so it's just really blessed, I guess.
Lance Phillips, Newcap Sports, Lloydminster.
The CPCA opening weekend in North Battleford was a welcome trip for drivers on the Pro Tour. Some great and somewhat surprising times were put up, and unfortunately for one of the association's drivers, his weekend ended prematurely. Ray Mitsuing drove his Sunridge RV wagon to the 4th fastest time Friday, but was unable to drive Saturday and Sunday due to an injury he received upon arrival at the Battleford exhibition grounds.
First night when we were hooking horses here, getting ready for my heat, I fell into a gopher hole, and I kind of felt something in my back then, but I just kept on going, and then during the heat there's a dip in the third corner there, and I hit that with the wagon, and I felt it jarring, and by the time I got back, I barely got off the wagon.
Of course, Mitsuing's son Devin was there to fill the void left by the 2016 champion and provided 2 excellent runs, finishing the weekend with the elder Mitsuing's outfit in 10th place, including the 3rd fastest time Sunday.
Didn't mean a whole lot for me, but you know, it wasn't easy, but I had to get her done for him.
Devin's a good driver, you know, and he knows the horses, so I wasn't a bit worried about him taking my outfit. He did a super job with them.
So did the weekend's results spark the debate over which of the 2 is the better driver? Not according to the Mitsuings.
Well, just look at the record.
Oh, I'd have to give that to him for now, but eventually I hope to pick it up a little bit better.
The Lloydminster Reapers are in their 3rd season as part of the Edmonton Rugby Union, and this past weekend held their first home game of the season. Although the score didn't show it, the many fans in attendance were given some great rugby. Lloydminster was on the wrong side of a 31-12 score, but the women will take it when they consider the obstacles they're slowly overcoming.
We come from Cold Lake and Lloyd together. We don't get to practice together, and we look like a team that could compete in this league. Like there's a bunch of brand new girls, and I don't know, we look like we had fresh legs for the whole game there. Like our fitness came together and we killed it. Like we brought it really close in score, so I was really impressed with that.
Now, the fact that fitness isn't an issue is impressive considering the women barely had enough players to field a team Saturday. The Reapers have combined with players from Cold Lake and Fort McMurray in order to improve their numbers game to game, something that isn't new to the women's program.
Women's rugby is really tough when you're in small towns. It's always tough to find numbers. Like, it seems like we have the numbers for juniors, but girls move away, go to school, you know, find boys. Like it just doesn't, the numbers don't stick, so it's always tough for the ladies.
And being a fan could provide future rugby players an opportunity to see the game for what it is.
Yeah, we want people to come out, take a look at the game, see how fun it is. We're really social too, so we like to have fun on the side of the pitch as well. So yeah, we just need to get the exposure out there.
And the Lloydminster Rebels are having another successful swim season, and the past weekend held their annual swim meet, bringing together competitors from all over the region. The Rebels have 78 swimmers between the ages of 4 and 18, competing with 116 swimmers from other clubs, providing an opportunity for some of the youngest swimmers to graduate to the next level.
If they're 8 and under, they have to swim their 25 back or their 25 free in 45 seconds or less. So if they do that, then they're allowed to progress to the 50-meter race, which, as I call it to them so that they understand our pool length, it's there and back. And all my very young swimmers successfully completed their first 50-meter backstroke.
But these meets aren't always about times. The Rebel Swim Club provides an environment fostering the most important aspect of swimming, one that it hopes will lead to a greater goal.
And it's a feeding process. Some of them who love it so much, which means we did a good job, go year round. And some of our best swimmers have now gone to the Riptides, including one of them who started with us who got her age group national times.
The Rebel Swim Club runs from May to mid-August and is part of the Alberta Summer Swim Association.